Good evening. I am now calling to order the work session of the Battle Creek Public School Board of Education. Today is Monday, January 13th. It is 5:30. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Ryan Hoagland Jackson. Demisha Norman.
Present.
Dr. Alicia Johnson. Here. Dr. Nicole Perry.
Present.
Nathan Graycheck. Here. Art McClenny.
Present.
Charlie Fulbright.
Here. We now have the interpretation message. As a reminder, tonight's meeting is being interpreted into Spanish, thanks to our partners from Voces Battle Creek. To listen in Spanish, please refer to the description on the YouTube live stream for the link. To our board members and other speakers, please remember to speak clearly and not too quickly so that our interpreters are able to keep up. Thank you. I will now entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Mr. President,
Yes, Trustee Grayjack.
move that we approve the agenda as presented.
Second. It's been moved by Trustee Grayjack, supported by Trustee McClenny. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion passed. Moving on to number 3, our organizational meeting business. First things first is letter A, the oath of office. Will the 2 new board members please stand? And throw your chairs.
It's a little early for that,
Will you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name.
I, Demisha Norman,
Do affirm that I will support
do affirm that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the
the
office
duties of the office
of member of Board of Education
of member of the Board of Education
of Battle Creek Public
of
Schools,
Battle Creek Public Schools,
Calhoun County, Michigan,
Calhoun County, Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Welcome.
Okay, moving on to letter B, appointment of board officers. So as you know, we rotate board officers and we start with the president. Slated right now for president is myself, and I do accept. Are there any other nominations for president? Hearing none, can we take a roll call vote, please?
Ryan Hoagland Jackson.
Yes.
Dr. Alicia Johnson.
Yes.
Nathan Graycheck.
Yes.
Nicole Perry.
Yes.
Art McClenny.
Yes.
Demisha Norman.
Yes.
Charlie Fulbright.
Yes. Okay, moving on to VP. Slated is Art McClenny to be the vice president. Do you accept?
Board President.
Yes,
if
Trustee
I may take a
McClenny.
moment of privilege.
Absolutely.
Recently, I had a chance to talk with my mentor, another board member from another district. And we were talking about some of the things that's going on, especially with the new administration coming in, talking about eliminating the Department of Education. Don't know if that's going to happen, but if it does, what does that mean for control? It will probably go back to the state, and the boards will become more important than ever, the local control. I've been on this board for quite a few years, 15 at the most, and I feel because of the uncertainty of what's going on, if someone's going to be president or vice president, they need to be in position to move forward. As we rotate, we have the governance rule, and we also have bylaws. I've given this a lot of thought. I'm not going to accept the vice president's role because if you're going to be, I think leadership is going to be, become really important. And at this time, I'm not stepping down at the moment, but I know that I'm not going to fulfill the rest of my term, these 3 to 4 years. I know that. I know that now. And so I am going to decline. And since I'm declining, I would like to nominate Trustee Perry, the Vice President.
Trustee Perry, do you accept?
Yes.
Are there any other nominations for Vice President? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Nathan Graycheck,
Yes.
Art McClendon,
Yes.
Charlie Fulbright,
Yes.
Alicia Nordman,
Yes.
Dr. Alicia Johnson,
Yes.
Ryan Hoagland Jackson,
Yes.
Dr. Nicole Perry.
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on to Secretary. As slated, we have Trustee Grayjack moving into the Secretary position. Do you accept? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Art McClendon,
Yes.
Dr. Nicole Perry,
Yes.
Ryan Hoagland Jackson,
Yes.
Charlie Fulbright,
Yes.
Dr. Alicia Johnson,
Yes.
Alicia Nordman,
Yes.
and Nathan Graycheck.
Yes.
Thank you. The treasurer seat was slated for Trustee Perry, so we need a nomination for treasurer.
President,
Trustee McClenny?
at this time, I'd like to nominate my colleague across from me for treasurer.
Do you accept?
So,
Could have gave me a notice.
it was my intent.
It's like a proposal, right? Yes. All right.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Alicia Nordman,
Yes.
Nicole Perry,
Yes.
Art McClendon,
Yes.
Ryan Hoagland Jackson,
Yes.
Nathan Graycheck,
Yes.
Charlie Fulbright,
Yes.
Dr. Alicia Johnson.
Yes.
Thank you. Congratulations to the newly elected officers. Moving on to letter C, Board of Education Committee Assignments. So you see in your board packet, there are a few committees that have vacancies. We have I'll read them all first. The Student Reinstatement, the Board Policy, the Education Foundation, the Calhoun Area School Board of Directors, the Promise Zone, and the Grace Health Advisory Committee. So the first vacancy is for student reinstatement. And this is just discussion, so let's talk. Does anyone feel inclined to join me in the Student Reinstatement Committee? Trustee Hoagland Jackson? Is there anyone else? Okay, you're it. Moving on to board policy, we have Trustee McClenny, Trustee Perry, and then an open seat. Is anyone feeling inclined to join the board policy committee? Go ahead.
I would just like to speak to the board. I am going to remain on board policy, but again, as I said, I believe in order for this district to move forward, there's some work that needs to be done with our policies and our government, so I would encourage someone. The policy is important, so I would encourage someone else to join the policy committee.
What's the frequency? It's not a regular cadence.
It is scheduled according to your available
And sometimes we meet by.
virtually.
No more. An ambush in this meeting, ain't you?
She said, and that's it? Be on record.
Moving on, the Education Foundation. Does Trustee Johnson and Trustee Grajek still want to be on that committee? Okay. Perfect. The Calhoun Area School Board of Directors. We have Trustee McClenny as the alternate, but we need a primary. If you have questions on that, I'll let Trustee McClenny answer them because
What does that consist of?
So it's the meeting of the area boards. You meet over in Marshall. It's the ISD. And
3 times a year.
yes, 3 times a year, and we go over budgets, for all the districts and money. It's not a whole lot of work. And then you just bring back the information to your local board. You get dinner.
I already work at Marshall, so I guess I can.
All right.
awesome.
It's very close to where you are, yeah.
Okay, and then the Grace Health Advisory Committee.
I forgot the promo zone.
Oh yes, so the Promo Zone, I was voluntold to do that one.
got
So that's me. The Grace Health Advisory Committee. We have, this wasn't a committee 2 years ago that we all got to represent, so this is semi-new. There's 3 representatives, 1 for Central, 1 for Springfield Middle School, and 1 for Northwestern Academy of Visual and Performing Arts. So we'll need 3 different people, 1 for each of those. Any takers? Okay, which one would you like? Okay.
I'll take Springfield.
Unless you're gonna take
Oh,
the
I'm glad you guys are excited about this. This is awesome. I'm interested in doing Northwestern. I don't think there's any confidentiality
Public division.
of interest issues. I worked at Grace Health. I'll say that out loud. I don't think it's an issue because I don't work in the school. I work at main site. And everyone thinks that's okay. I will Northwestern Academy, yes.
Thank you.
That work?
Advisory role.
Awesome. Committees are done. Thank you all so much. Made that quick and painless. Moving on to letter D, Board of Education building assignments. This was also in your board packet. We have a clean slate, so all of the schools are listed below. But we'll just go down the list from top to bottom. And then we each say 1 school that we're interested in, and then we'll start back up at the top. So then we all get a choice of one of the schools. So my name is first. I would love to do Northwestern Academy of Arts, unless someone really wants it. Okay. Trustee McClenny.
Started with the high school, finished with the high school.
See?
Trustee Grajek.
I would continue with Fremont.
Trustee Perry.
STEM.
Trustee Johnson.
What's left?
Yep. So we've got Dudley, Lamora, Coast Franklin, NJ, Verona, Valley View, Springfield.
Here, you don't have to write that fast. I'm gonna take this from me. You need it more than I do.
Okay. I will take. Well, answer a question for me. Dudley. Will Dudley still
Still be a
operate?
program.
Okay.
It will be more of a program, like outdoor education is a program, and it's on there.
Okay. I think I'm gonna take NJ. I love NJ.
Trustee Nordman.
Springfield.
Trustee Hoagland Jackson.
WK Prop.
Okay, back to me. I'll do the Outdoor Education Center. Trustee McClenny?
Pass or no?
Trustee Gridget?
I would like plus Franklin.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Trustee Perry?
Rona.
Trustee Johnson?
We still need a Valley View.
Valley View, Dudley, Lamora,
Valley View, Lamora goes first. Math and Science Center.
Trustee Nordman?
Valley View.
Trustee Hoagland Jackson?
Still five.
Yep. Adult Ed, Lamora, Dudley. Does anyone, because of course we don't have enough for everyone to have three, does anyone want Dudley?
I had Dudley before. I thought somebody was going to take it, so I'll finish up with that.
Okay, and then we do have the adult ed. Does anyone want adult education?
Second.
Okay. Building assignments are done. You'll have clean copies sent out because you can remember all that.
Got it. And in the notes.
Perfect. Moving on to public comment. The BCPS Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the community to express themselves on district matters. We have two opportunities on our agenda tonight for public comment. The Board of Education requests you fill out a public participation form with contact information. As you come to the microphone, please state your name. Each statement made by a speaker shall be limited to a 3-minute duration. If the speaker represents a group, the person will be given 5 minutes to speak. BCPS Board of Education will listen, take comments and questions under advisement, and not respond at this time. Public commenters will direct all comments to the Board of Education and not to staff or other participants. Do we have any public comment? Thank you. Moving on to discussion. A, empowering excellence, progress and achievements at Lamora Park. Angie Morris.
Thank you, Principal Morris, for being with us this evening.
Thank you for inviting me. Again, I am Angie Morris, and I am the principal at Lamora Park. Thank you for choosing me to be our representative. I've been at Lamora Park for, I believe it's 8 years now. And I want to share some information about our building. We are a pre-K through second grade building. We currently have about 160 K through 2 students and about 32 GSRP students. We have 2 GSRP classrooms, 2 kindergarten, 2 first grade, and 3 second grade classrooms. So we have a lot of goals that we're trying to accomplish at Lamora Park. But some of the ones that I'd like to highlight this evening are to foster a love for reading with our students, to improve attendance, to engage our families and our community, to enrich the lives of our students through the arts and through various activities, and then to create a positive climate and culture for our students and our staff. So as far as a culture of literacy, our goal is to have our students reading at grade level at the end of the year. So our teachers spend a lot of time instructing reading. Students are reading independently and have books in their hands all the time. Last year in September, we had only 20% of our students reading at grade level. This year we had 43% at grade level, and that number just continues to grow. So I'm really pleased with that. There's some pictures of some of our little friends reading. And if you walk into our building, you will see children with books in their hands everywhere. We spend a lot of time setting goals for students and then celebrating them when they meet their goals. We have this beautiful book vending machine. If you've been in any of the buildings, you may have seen these before. We did spend $2,500 on books. And so students get very, very excited when they earn book tokens and can choose a book out of the machine. We've read 895 books so far this year, and our goal is to read 2,000 by the end of the year. Last year, our first grade class took part in a community project, and they wrote letters advocating for a library, petitioned students in the school, created signs, collected books. And if you go over to Lamora Park, you'll notice that we have a little library outside of our school. And you'll often see children bringing books and exchanging books. In the summer, it's used quite often, and between the secretary and myself, we'll go by there and make sure that it's always full. We also have reading buddies from the community, and we're always looking for additional people to come in and read. So if you're ever interested or have some time, just 30, 40 minutes a week. We'd love to have you come. Our children get very, very excited about their reading buddies. Another important part of our day is Beyond the Bell. That's our before and after school program, where we currently have 32 students. And our Lika is the person in charge of our after school program, and she works very, very closely with our teachers to work on the academics with the students. And so we spend a lot of time working on their reading and math skills during that time as well. Again, attendance is a huge goal, and we work very hard to make sure our children are at school every single day. From the 2022-23 school year to the 23-24 school year, we had a 30% reduction in the number of students who were chronically absent. And when we talk about chronically absent, we mean 10% or more. So, and then in addition, we were recently recognized by the Department of Education for improving our daily student attendance rate from 82 to 86%. So we make phone calls every single day if our students are absent. You can see the trophy there that moves from classroom to classroom, celebrating classrooms that have the best attendance for the week. So we celebrate perfect attendance at the end of each week and at the end of each month. There are some photos of some of our students. We had 8 students that had perfect attendance just at the end of the semester, halfway through the year, and so they got a bag of prizes. They also get attendance ROAR tickets for having perfect attendance as well, and we also give out ROAR tickets for students that are being resilient, that are optimistic, that are advocates, and that are reliable. Those are the character traits that we're working on. And then they can go to the ROAR store to shop and cash in on their tickets and buy fun little things. And then our third, one of our really important goals is getting our community and our families involved. And our family events are very, very well attended. Our next event is our family dance, which is on February 6th. If you like to dance, we welcome you to come join us. We usually have a great turnout, and we always pass out free books to encourage reading. We're also going to have an art fair this year at Lamora Park, so lots of fun activities that we do to encourage families to get involved. Mrs. Lawrence's first grade class last year planned a writing showcase, and she's going to do that again this year. And families come in and see the students writing, which goes hand in hand with the reading activities that we do. Our partnerships with the community are very, very important. We have a very strong relationship with Overflow Church, which is right down the road from us. The congregation is just so kind to us and just so giving. They treat our staff, they give us gift certificates, they provide us breakfast and lunch. provide us with socks, mittens, gloves, anything that we ask for, they're there for us. We have a partnership with the Community Action Agency. We have foster grandparents that come into our building every single day. We have 3 of them this year that spend time reading with our students and doing math and just helping teachers and students with whatever they need. We partner with GVSU, Grand Valley. We have the last 4 years have had student interns every semester, and we've even hired many of our interns for the district. We currently have 2 of them in our building right now. And then the Firekeepers Casino donates fresh food every single week. And so we have our 2nd graders that bag up the food and deliver it to classrooms. So we have a good partnership with them as well. And then enriching our children's lives with the arts. The bottom picture is a picture of our winter program that the children just worked so hard on. We actually printed 250 flyers for that, or programs for our winter sing that we had, and we had 3 programs left. So the gym was absolutely packed, and it was just a beautiful performance by the children. Everyone was so excited. And then we have enrichment, where actually teachers have chosen something that they want to share with students. And this is on Wednesdays for 45 minutes. We have a teacher that does disc golf, and so she has shared that talent with students, and so they can sign up for a 6-week period of time to do that, or gardening, or a running club, or cooking. So that's exciting for the students to do as well. And then if you've heard of Empty Bowls, another activity that we've gotten our students involved in, our 2nd graders, and we've donated money to the food bank of South Central Michigan. And then Feed the Streets. Our kindergartners have gone for the last 4 years actually to the Share Center and have provided food to the homeless. And then last, one big goal of mine when I became principal was to make sure that we had a positive climate and culture at Lamora Park. And I am very, very proud of that climate and culture. And we recently teachers did a survey, and our strengths were care and commitment and collaboration. And what the data showed is that teachers at Lamora Park care about the well-being of our students, and that teachers at Lamora Park go above and beyond to support students, and they truly do. I'm very, very proud of them and pleased with the staff. And collaboration, we do meaningful work in teams on a daily basis and help each other improve instructional practices for the best of every student in the building. So, teamwork. If you were at the homecoming parade, you may have seen our beautiful float that we just had so much fun building together. So, I'm very proud and honored to be the principal at Lamora Park.
Thank you so much. Is there any board comments or questions?
So I have a question. I just want to say that is incredible. The reading, the leap, the reading scores leap from 20 to 40. And what I like about it is both of those scores are post-pandemic. So we're not like comparing pre-pandemic to post-pandemic data. And one of the things that I really want to focus on, for me personally, what's important to me is our academic outcomes and our reading levels. It's so, so important. And I'm curious what you did, because to have a leap like that, there had to be something transformational, or and I think yes. So I'm curious, how did you do this, despite or in spite of some of the challenges that our students face in their lived experiences? So what strategies did you?
So all of our teachers have an uninterrupted time that they're instructing literacy. It's 120 minutes where they're just completely focused on teaching literacy. And another big thing is making sure that our students are reading all the time. They have books in hands anytime that there's free time. So we have absolutely amazing teachers at Lamora Park as well. And we have longevity too. We don't have much turnover, and I have a very strong instructional coach, so we've been able to build their instructional skills to make them really good teachers. So
That's good. That's a good recipe. Thank you for sharing that.
you're welcome. And I invite all of you to come by anytime. We love to have people come.
Would you add to that longevity in the principal as well?
I have been in the district for 35 years. And it's kind of a full circle for me. 36 years ago, I did my student teaching at Lamora Park.
Vice President
I
Perry.
had a couple comments. One was, I was going down the same path you with the data, and I think it's probably also the fact that you're pushing so much for attendance. They're exposed to the reading. But I was excited to see when I was reading that this weekend that Miss Kramer's Empty Bowl project, I did that when I was in elementary at Urbandale. And I was trying to find my bowl, pretty sure it's somewhere in my parents' house. I thought that was pretty cool that that is still going on, and that's over 30 years, so that really cool tradition.
Teachers are pretty creative in trying to find ways to do unique things with the students, like Feed the Streets. Mrs. Babcock has done that for several years now.
Anything else?
Thank you, and I look forward to
Yes, please come visit.
yes, I will.
We have an open door.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Moving on to letter B, CASB award nominations. So, if you don't know, every year the Calhoun County gets to vote a professional and a what's the word? Citizen award for people in the community that go above and beyond, and it's someone who does stuff for the whole community, not just Battle Creek Public Schools. So we have the opportunity as a board to nominate 2 people, and then it gets sent to the CASB Board of Directors, and then they ultimately vote on it. We have until the 31st of this month, so if you have someone in mind or think about it, and then at our next meeting maybe we could nominate someone. We don't have to nominate anybody. It's just an offer if we think of someone in our community that goes above and beyond, we're able to show them that we see them and hopefully get them an award. So, any questions on that? And if you do nominate someone, you'll have to write up a thing for them, because that's just the rules. Okay, moving on to letter C, NSBA conference attendance. So this year, the National School Board Conference is April 4th through the 6th in Atlanta, Georgia. We would be leaving Thursday, April 3rd, and coming back Monday, April 7th. It is during spring break, during our spring break. So for the national conference, in the past, we've sent 2 people, 2 board members. This year, I was thinking 3 because I'm going, but half of my actually, all of my conference is being paid for by MASB because I'm going as a MASB board member. So that still leaves 2 spots for our school district to send. The conference, yeah, I think that's, I mean, we, I guess, expect when you go to a conference for the National School Board, not MASB, when you come back to I guess debrief the board. It can be in an email or it can be in person, but just to show what you've learned or takeaways that you got from the conference. see if I'm missing anything. Officers, yes. So we're going to open it up to officers first. And if we don't have two interested, then we'll open it up to the entire board. But MASB, the Michigan Association of School Board, all of us can attend anytime, every time. But the national one is bigger and grander. So we're going to open it up to officers first and then, and more expensive. There you go.
More expensive.
Money. So do we have any interested officers that would like to go? It'll be April 3rd through the 4th during spring break this year.
Fourth or third? You said fourth.
So the conference is the 4th through the 6th, but
Okay.
we'd be leaving the 3rd, which is Thursday, and coming back Monday the 7th of April, yes.
And who's going so far? You going?
Just me. And I mean, you don't have to, but
You wanna go?
I had expressed some interest because I'm after that presidential award. I need to know how close I am.
I have no clue how close you are.
I will say I will be in Mexico, so I booked the spring break trip, so I am not going. I'm not interested, well, not that I'm not interested, I'm not. I'll be in Atlanta on the 6th for a different conference, but
Oh, wow.
somebody else can take that, my spot.
Stephen, are you
I'm
interested?
interested, yes.
Okay, so that's an officer. Dr. Johnson?
I would rather, if they are going, then
Let's put it this way. Let me find out because I'm after that award.
okay.
I need to know.
I'll call.
Thank you. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
So we have, if I'm correct, what I hear is Fulbright, Graycheck, and McClenny as an alternate, possible, with Dr. Johnson in her officer position, okay?
Perfect. And just to throw this out there, the sooner we can know, the better, because we already missed the early registration, so we just lost savings on money. But we still can register for it, just the early bird special was January 10th. Okay. Thank you for that. Moving on to D, strategic planning follow-up.
Right,
Dr.
so
Carter.
this should be quick and painless, and if my technology people can help me switch over to presentation, to take down this one.
We're all plugged in?
I'm all plugged in now.
Shazam.
Boom! All right, present. So you were sent a question in advance. As a reminder, we're just trying to get your input, and then that input would go to the strategic planning core group that will use your words to then modify our mission statement and bring it back to you for discussion and approval. So with that being said, on your desks, let me see if I can make this work. If I can't, then we're just doing it the old school way. All right, so as a reminder, and nope, that didn't work. You can't read black on blue, but the vision of the student experience is I am seen by name, my needs, and my strengths by my peers, my school, and my community. I am challenged to achieve, to succeed, to think creatively. I am supported to advocate for myself, to collaborate with others, to grow in character, intelligence, and joy. I am a student with infinite potential. That's the BCPS vision of the student experience. I'll read it one more time. I am seen by my